And we are back with more Zero World 2016. I'm David Temple with Andrew Hall, Bob Conte, and John Pasicznyk. Bang!
Nice work.
I am so proud of myself for getting that right. We're talking about Celtra Duo. Bob, I want to start with you and with the question of why did you decide to incorporate Celtra Duo into your practice?
Well, you know, as a longtime CEREC doctor, we stock a lot of different materials in the office. And, you know, depending on the application, sometimes we need high strength, sometimes we need beauty, sometimes we want to cook it in the oven, and sometimes we just want to polish. And when the Duo came out, I looked at it and said, you know what, this has a lot of applications in my practice. You know, it's a block that can be used polish only. It's a block you can cook. It's a block you can use in high strength areas. And it's a block that you can use for more aesthetic cases. So it fits a lot of roles in the practice, and actually it can eliminate some of our inventory. So that was appealing to me.
I got to ask one quick question. Duo, what does that mean and where did it come from?
Well, Duo really alludes to the fact that it gives the clinician an option, a couple different options. Once we've milled the restoration, we can either then choose to just polish it and deliver it, which can save us some time. We do inherently lose a little bit of the strength of the material with that, but in those cases that it's appropriate, that's the one option. And then the next option would be obviously to traditionally put it in the oven and glaze it. So that's where the Duo comes from.
Cool. And John, how about what would you say would be some of the most interesting aspects of this material for you?
Well, I'm really interested in how well the material polishes. So when we're polishing this material up and getting ready to deliver it into the mouth, it comes to this really nice high shine without needing to go in the oven.
Wow.
And typically with some other materials, in order to really get it to pop, it absolutely had to go in the oven. So save some time for certain applications, and I'm all about speed, efficiency. I don't know about these two guys, but I'm really impatient. I'm lazy and
that's impatient. A dentist thing.
Wow.
That's a dentist
I'm a dentist, right? So
I just like your honesty.
Impatient and lazy. Yeah.
So he wants the material to do everything for him. Apparently.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if
would you like it to get its in its own mouth, right?
Yeah, if it could hop in the patient's mouth for me and glue itself in, that,
That's the Celtra Trio coming out.
That's coming next year, I think. Yeah.
Well, again, and we've said this earlier, at the speed with which the success and progress has happened thus far with most of these products, and the way Sirona is advancing so quickly, I wouldn't be surprised if that'll be the secret sauce next year, right?
Exactly. We'll be talking about it here next year. That'll be great.
Who knows?
And speaking of which, as far as the Dentsply Sirona merger, how has that affected you guys in any way, shape, or form? Jump in there.
I see it as a positive in that you're combining the resources from two very solid dental companies. Both are very involved with research and development of their products, and to have the resources of Dentsply behind Sirona and vice versa, I think it's going to push the envelope for dentistry. You know, we're going to be driving dentistry forward for the next unforeseen future, and I think it's exciting.
The one interesting thing I've in talking with them is weird is that they don't realize how many resources they have now underneath that one big umbrella, and they're still trying to figure that out. And once they do that, it's like Bob said, I think the sky's the limit with what they'll be able to do now that they have a technology piece on board. It'll open itself up to so many other applications once those people actually sit down and have those conversations. Yeah.
Well, clinically, I think we're in a position now as dentists where we get to use a wide range of materials that previously we'd be picking and mixing and matching from manufacturers and from distributors, and that creates a lot of headaches in the office because, you know, the girls are like, well, what rep do I talk to? Who do I talk to? Who do I call? And now by being able to centralize that, it helps the office run a little bit more efficiently. But then we also have to remember that most dentists are small business owners. And so it puts us in a good position now to be able to work with one main manufacturer, one large corporation that can help us and achieve some of the better profitability for our offices.
And on top of that, you're hoping that next year they will be able to just jump in your mouth.
Yeah, and you know, I'm expecting that actually.
He'll be disappointed.
I will be extremely disappointed if we don't have that.
What have you seen during the show, gentlemen, that has caught your eye, given you pause for thought, gotten your attention, you're excited about?
On the materials end, Nothing terribly new. Seinfeld was wonderful last night. That jumped out at me.
Yes,
for sure.
yes.
Just this whole atmosphere, I'll tell you, is just great. You know, Sirona has always known how to throw a really good show. You combine it with the resources of Dentsply, and this has been a memorable meeting already. So looking forward to it.
It's been very good. It's been very good. It's one thing I'll say, just the energy of the show. Even is always impressive how Sirona brings that. You know, they always have a really good push and a great program lined up, and it's just been exciting to see the different speakers and everybody they've had on the main stage.
Cool.
I was speaking to a colleague of mine who was here as a faculty member at a dental school, and she had never been to a show of this nature before. And quite frankly, she was both impressed and horrified at the same time. She didn't know dentists like this existed.
Really?
These progressive, fun-loving, energetic people that actually enjoy dentistry. And they're all
you
here.
enjoy dentistry?
You know, it is true, though. We were talking about this earlier this morning, that I've never seen such level of passion and commitment. You know, I grew up in an era where the stodgy old guys do it the old way. You know, and you hated going to the dentist. You guys are hip, cool, cutting edge, very latest, greatest. I mean,
oh my God, can I get a recording of this? You called me hip, cool. Man, it's awesome.
But it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
And I think when you said engaging in horrifying, that was a little surprising, but I'm like, but I get it. Yeah. It's cool, though, isn't it?
It's cool, but it's also, I mean, most of this group, obviously, it's centralized around that technology piece.
Sure.
And that's a progressive-minded dentist. And so when you share a common passion like that, you know, and then we get to work with these different manufacturers and all these great products that they're bringing to market, you know, it only makes it more and more exciting.
Well, and you're making it better for the patient experience at the end of the day. Isn't that what it's all about,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
I mean, technology goes so far, right?
Yeah.
Guys, I know you got to bounce. Thank you so much for your time, you crazy guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Thank you. It was great seeing
Let's
you.
take another break. We'll be back with more Zero World 2016 in just a minute.